We're going to classify triangles by sides and angles. It's kind of like I have a first and a last name. Triangles have a first and a last name. And it has to do with their sides and their angles. For the sides, the choices are scalene, isosceles, and equilateral. Now, when it's scalene, there are no congruent sides. All three sides are different sizes. If it's isosceles, you have at least two congruent sides, and you will mark them with, they'll be marked with hash marks or tick marks. And then the equilateral has three congruent sides, and it will also be marked with some kind of hash marks. And an equilateral triangle is also isosceles because it has at least two congruent sides. Now, when you name them by their angles, you have the choices of acute, right, obtuse, or equiangular. Your acute triangle is going to have three acute angles. All three of them will be acute. If it's a right triangle, it's going to have one right triangle. It will be marked with a little box or a 90. And then it will also have two acute. So one right and two acute. And obtuse will have one obtuse angle, which is more than 90 degrees, and two acute angles. And then an equiangular is going to have three congruent angles, usually marked with either numbers or arc marks. And if it's equiangular, it will also be acute. If you have this picture right here where we have the two hash marks, and they're asking you to classify this, and then they've given you the angles 55, 55, and 70, please ignore the picture. I know that looks like it's 90, but go by the numbers that's written in there. Since it was hand-drawn, I didn't do a very good job with that. Anyway, if I'm going to name it by its sides, I see two hash marks, so that means it's isosceles. And since I see 70, 55, and 55, and I know that acute angles are less than 90, these are all less than 90, so I will say it is an acute isosceles triangle.